So I'm sitting here drinking my last cup of coffee at the resort. We're going to go to the park one more time and we're going to head back home. So this is something I have to say. We've stayed in a couple of resorts since we've been here. And it's unbelievable how rude people are with entitlement. They think that because they're entitled to have a room, they can make noise at 3 in the morning or have their kids run around and scream. So I don't really care if I offend anybody, but I just think it's extremely rude. I'm sick and tired of people thinking they can do whatever they want. If my husband had to get up early and drive today, he had about 2 hours sleep last night. Thank you to the people next to us. And we're staying at a 5-star resort. Unacceptable. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy our last day, right, Eva? Yeah, my daughter. So we're gonna go, my husband's getting a little bit more rest. We're gonna have breakfast, but first we're gonna walk around and just take a little more photos and things before we head back. I guess it is time to go home. We need a break from people.
Think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful world. What a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do. They're really saying I love you. What a wonderful world.
Hey, so since that was the end of my trip, and it was would have been a three or 4 minute vlog, I decided to come in here and chat a little bit more about our trip. I tried to break it up the way I did because, girl, it would have been a long video, you know what I'm saying? I think that was number 5, which I thought I could do it in 4, but I just didn't want to mix it in with my other, and that one was long enough as it was. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to this is still part of my vlog. I'm just going to talk a little bit more about our vacation, just different things. Some things that I'm going to be sharing on my channel really soon too. Just kind of like that. So it's still my vlog, but you know, I'm just sitting here in my room, which is really a mess right now. This is one of my new bras from Victoria's Secret, and I'm loving it so much. It is so pretty. It's underneath my butterfly. I don't know if you can see my butterfly shirt. I have this butterfly shirt. Oh my gosh. Love this. Love this, love this, love this. Okay. Just fixing it. So let me talk to you a little bit about my trip, a little bit more about some things, some disappointments, some things like that. I kind of touched on a little bit in the video So we'll talk about that first. So, oh, and I want to tell you too that I did mention this in the video, but I purchased a new vlogging camera before we left. And I had to return it before, hold on, adjusting my jeans. I hate when my jeans like go too low on my belly. I feel like it has to be over my belly. Okay, anyway. So I bought a new camera, and it was nice because it was a nice compact one. I had to bring my big, the one I'm using now, it's my Canon Rebel, okay? It's a big camera. And I had to take the microphone off, so there were times that you couldn't hear me really well and I had to put the words in there. So I bought this little vlogging camera before our trip and it didn't work out. It was this Canon GX7 or something like that. I think that's what it is. Lots of great reviews on it. The problem is it was not compatible with my software, with my computer or whatever. I could not download the software. I could not. I spent hours and hours and hours for 2 days, I'm not kidding you, trying to figure it out. I contacted Canon. They tried to help me. I had all kinds of issues. And after doing research, I'm not the only one that had issues. Sounds like a lot of people have issues. So if you have the camera and you don't have the issues, you're really lucky. I'm not one of those people. So now I'm trying to find a new vlogging camera. So if you vlog or you know someone that vlogs or whatever, let me know. Like, what camera do you use if you don't use that GX7? Because I'm not going to get that. I think there's a Sony one, but then that one had some bad reviews on as far as Sony customer service. So I don't know. But I want to get a better camera because I don't want to carry this thing around with me. And I plan to vlog more. So this summer I'm going to carry this around with me until I find something. But if you know, let me know. And if the quality was a little off here and there, please be patient with me, please. I'm trying my best. Even when I'm recording this is actually the second time I'm recording this today because after I went downstairs and it looked a little off and blurry, my lens was dirty that time. So that was that. But I am really working on my quality. I want to bring you the best quality that I can. Vlogging is tricky. I'm learning, you know, how to shoot things and everything. I don't know how to do that. I'm just learning. So just be patient with me. You have to remember, if you watch channels and their photo, like everything is great, I can guarantee you when they first started out, it was crappy. When I first started taking photos for my blog, they sucked. My photos were terrible, okay? Speaking of, I'm gonna share something, and I swear if I shared this with you, please forgive me, and you can fast forward, okay? Before we left, I recorded a bunch of videos before we left. I mean, a ton. I was like doing 3 or 4 a day, okay? It was crazy nutty. And I don't know if I mentioned this, and if I did, I apologize, okay? I'm not trying to be like Mrs. Braggy Pants. I'm not like that. But I want to share something that I'm excited about, and I don't know if I shared it with you. So if I did, please forgive me. Usually I'm the one bragging about, you know, I bought a $100 bag for $2. That's when I brag. When I get something that's worth a lot of money and I spend like pennies on it, that's when I like to brag, okay? But I am in the next issue, you can see it back there without the glare, of Somerset Life. This magazine is amazing. Now, like I said, when I first started taking photos for my blog, my photos were crap. They were crap. They were. My staging, my photos were terrible. But since then, that was 5 years ago, it'll be 6 years when January comes around. I've been in my photos, not just my home. My photos have been in Romantic Homes magazine. They have been in, excuse me, Artful Blogging, which is like a sister to this magazine. They've been in, what other magazine? I was in Women's World, and then I also had photographers come and take photos of my house, and that was Vintage Style. And I was also in an Italian magazine, and I can't remember the name, but everything's on my blog though that I was in. So there was an Italian magazine I was in too. So most of the magazines that my photos have been in my home have been my photos. Never ever in a million years would I've bought 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago, that would ever happen. But they have. But my photos sucked when I first started. They were terrible. I got better because I took thousands and thousands of photos, and that's how I got better. And I learned how to edit. That's how I got better. So please be patient if my video quality is a little off. I'm really trying. I'm still new to this. I haven't been doing it that long. So please be patient. Okay. So I'm in this magazine. This is the July issue. You can get this at Barnes and Noble. And I'll show you some of the photos really quick. Now my home does not look like this anymore because it's empty. Girl, it's empty. My house is empty. There it is. Okay. So those are my photos of what my kitchen used to look like. And I don't miss anything that I got rid of. I'm fine with it. My floors that I stenciled on my deck, Rachel Ray. If you've been following me, you know what I'm talking about. My family room, my kitchen, my new counters that I love, love, love. I don't know what my nails look like. I got shellac on my nails like before I went on vacation. I need to get them done again. I like the shellac, ladies. I'm liking it a lot. They did not chip at all, but you can see how they've grown out. I don't know if you can see it. From far away, it doesn't look bad. Close up, it's like, girl, you need to get your nails done. I know, I'm gonna get it done. So yeah, so those are my photos. Pick it up if you can. I love this magazine. Artful Blogging is another great magazine. This one has some crafts in it, really simple, beautiful crafts. And I'm not saying this about my photos, but the photography is always amazing. I'm not saying about mine, but I'm just saying, if you look at these other photos in here, the photography is amazing. And these are all just photographers like me. I mean, taking photos. I don't know if you can see it on there. So go check it out. Okay, go check it out. And again, if I shared that, I apologize. All right. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, so I'm going to be doing some videos on some reviews. I'm going to be talking about these masks. I'll be doing these. I've been waiting to do them. I haven't done them. So some reviews. I'm also going to talk about some of the souvenirs that I got. So I'm going to share that with you. Some reviews actually on some things that I purchased. What else? Yeah, that's what I'm going to be sharing. Some more makeup tutorials too. I want to do another real simple look. If there's anything you want me to share, please always leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your thoughts on whatever. Just share it below, okay? If you have any questions, let me know below, okay? Okay, some of the things that happened on vacations they didn't ruin my vacation, but kind of like, you know. So my husband booked a house. We were renting a house in a neighborhood close to where we wanted to be. I didn't like the neighborhood. It wasn't unsafe or anything like that. It just, let's just say it just wasn't real nice, okay? So when we got into the house, we went out to dinner one night. We came back, turned on the kitchen light, and I saw these bugs scatter. Yeah, cockroaches. Yeah. There was like a little crack. The counter has, the way the laminate was, it was like a separation between the counter and like the backsplash. So there was caulk in there that was worn out and they were crawling up from there. Yeah. So I had to put all of our food, and I mentioned this in the video, in the refrigerator, including coffee, including cereal, like everything in there. One morning I decided to make coffee for myself. So I figured that should be safe, right? It tasted gross. I don't know if they cleaned it with something, but it tasted like chlorine. Yeah, it was like really bad. I know it wasn't the coffee because I've drank that coffee before and I've had it since then in my house. It was that. I opened the silverware drawer because I thought it would be safe if I cleaned stuff off at least. But once I saw a cockroach crawling around there, I said, no thank you. No thank you very much. So we went to the store. That's another thing in this place. They had nothing. Like nothing. We had to buy our own paper towels, we had to buy our own laundry soap, we had to buy our own dish soap, we had to buy our own Kleenex. I had to buy more toilet paper because there wasn't enough toilet paper in there. I would take a shower, I'd go to bed to put my lotion on my feet, and my feet were dirty because the floors were dirty. There was a chandelier that looked like it was going to fall out of the ceiling, and whoever did the flooring must have been drunk because there are spaces like gaps like this in between all the tiles, the laminate tiles, and the wood, the laminate floors, the wood floors were all buckled and warped. So yeah, I don't know. The furniture was all dirty. My daughter found a huge cockroach in her closet. I couldn't wait to get out of there. It's too bad because it would have been fun to have stayed there. and actually enjoyed it. But honestly, every time we left, I was glad to be out of that house. So it's really gross. And then every time we left too, they had this stupid system where they had this lock on the outside of the house, this combination lock thing. So every time we left, we had to put the key in there. Every time we came home, we had to take the key out. We couldn't take the key with us. I guess if you lost it or some nonsense like that. I don't know. It was ridiculous because at nighttime you come home, you can't see, it's dark. We're in Florida, okay? I was always afraid, is there going to be a snake there? Because the house was backed up to the swampy water, which, come on. In Florida, there's snakes and there's alligators in there. Has to be. Has to be. So I didn't like that. So I did not like the house at all. It was horrible. I told my husband we have to make sure we leave a review because people need to know. I wish we would have known. I'm sure he checked the reviews because we always do that. So someone didn't leave an honest review. Somebody needs to. And maybe they don't know because they have a management team watching it. The people that owned it are from Ireland, so they're not there. They don't know. They don't know what's going on. Somebody's managing it for them, and they're not doing a good job. Because putting a little thing from the grocery store, you know, those little Raid things, that's not going to keep cockroaches away. You need to get that sprayed, okay? That's what you need to do. I have a sister-in-law that lives in Florida. She has an exterminator come once a month. You have to do that there. Otherwise, they go crazy. All right. So the end of that. The other bummer thing that we had to deal with was, I'm going to sound mean, but I don't really care, idiot people. Idiot people that we had to parent. And this didn't just happen when we were in Disney and resorts. I mean, I see it all the time now. I just feel like, do you feel like that? Do you run into rude people all the time? I just feel like there's so many more rude people. I go through the world like this. This is how I go through every day. When I'm out someplace, I think about somebody else first. It's not all about me, okay? Example, I was in Disney and it was a hot day. I was sitting down, my husband and daughter wanted to go on a ride. And this lady, older lady, came and she was with a, you know, stroller. It looked like her family went to do something else and she was standing there and I thought, I got room, sit down. So I told her, hey, here, I'll make room, come sit down here. It's a hot day, sit down. She was very, you know, thankful about it, but I'm like, that's common decency, okay? That's what you do. You open the door for someone that's struggling, somebody needs help, you help them. You're in the grocery store, you don't walk around with your phone and ignore everybody else. Like I see, you think about other people first. So many people don't. So we were in the, we were staying in a hotel, a couple of resort hotel, whatever, a couple of them. And we had like 3 in the morning wake ups because they're, you know, they want to be loud and stuff. And it's like, you know what? I don't care how much you paid. It's not all about you. There's other people here. They want to sleep. It's not all about you. I see that so many times and it's like, my husband's kind of like not looking forward to any of the other trips that we have because he's like, are we going to have to deal with these people over and over again? I mean, like I felt like we had to parent adults. Like, why? Why? I just don't understand how people are so rude and they don't think about other people. I think about other people and I'm not saying I'm like, oh, I'm so perfect. No, I'm not. I'm not. But I really, really try to think about somebody else before me. I treat people the way I want to be treated and I'm not going to be an obnoxious butthole. And, you know, we could have done that. We got home one night from Disney at like 2 in the morning. I could have been obnoxious and putting the TV on and no. There's other people around me. I'm not going to be doing that. But anyway, so that was the downside of our trip. But you get that everywhere. It's not just there. It's everywhere. What is the deal with the rude people? I don't understand it. So anyways, we really, other than that, it sounds like it was terrible, but it did not spoil my time. Other than that, we had an amazing trip. I cannot wait to go home. And that's another thing I wanted to share really, really quick. We have been researching the areas that we want to move in. So we got to go to some of them, not all of them. So when we are ready, then we're going to go check everything else out. But we have been checking online like so much for 2 years. Okay, I have been for 2 years. My husband actually, he told me in November that he was ready, but he was secretly checking things out. So the past 2 years we've been researching. So we're not moving to this part of Florida because of Disney. We're not moving there just because of the weather. We're not. I know it seems like it. We're not. Those are bonuses. It's just financially going to be a better situation for us. Taxes keep going up here. They're going up again. Illinois is broke and I'm sick of it. So that is why we're moving there. And we've really researched the areas that we're moving to. We're going to be close to Disney, but we're not going to be, it's not going to be in our backyard. Okay. And again, that's not why we're moving there. We're not like, when you're on vacation, you're in that little Disney bubble. Everything's wonderful, but I know it's not. You have to be careful everywhere we go. Where we live now is a very safe area. Very safe. It's rated really high on, you know, you can look and see what the crime rate is in your area. And ours is like really, I just said high, but I meant to say low. Like the crime rate is very low here. So it's like rated high as far as safe place to live, okay? 2 people were shot and we were gone. We live in a safe area, okay? I turned on the news and even around me, stuff happens. So stuff happens everywhere you go. So we know that. We've researched everything. We never do anything where we're just gonna like, we never just decide, well, we're just gonna move somewhere. We're not like that. I mean, even if we buy a piece of furniture or a TV or something, like we research it and research it. And that's even with my camera. That's why I'm disgusted about that, because it took me so long to research for that camera and now I gotta research again. So yeah, we're not like, our heads aren't in a cloud thinking, oh, we're gonna move to Disney, it's gonna be so wonderful. No, we know. We know. And we talk to a lot of people there too. We talk to people that live there, have lived there for a while, and heard so many nice things, so that makes me feel better too with our decision of where we want to be. So, okay guys, that's it. Just wanted to pop in here and give you a little bit more, and I have lots more to share with you. I am going to be sharing more vlogs because it's summertime and I'm not going to have a lot of time to film things, but I am going to try to pop in here and film some tutorials and things like that as well. And like I said, let me know what you want to see so I can share that with you. So until next time, I'll see you soon.